Yo, what up, YouTube? Gadget Guru here again. Hey, so this week they announced Steam OS, or the Steam Deck, is now coming to, a retailer near you, but not before all the consumers can get their hands on it. Specifically, you had to have a Steam account that was active and had to have purchases prior to June of 2021, and this is how they tried to go the opposite way of everybody else with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, and to try to make it exclusive to Steam. Unfortunately, I was on the site and it crashed that morning as well, just like all the others. So poorly prepared, but ultimately I got my reservation in, and it says, Q2 of 2022. I got the highest model, latest and greatest and most advanced, blah, 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 blah. But that neither here nor there. So it was announced this week, and this Steam Deck is going to be running Steam OS. It's a Steam OS 3.0, which is different from the Steam OS you might see now. It's based on a Linux version of Debian. So the ones that are currently out is Steam 2.0, and this is where I kind of have troubles with Steam OS, is that they haven't updated Steam 2.0 or their prior operating system since like 2019. So it almost like, if you remember the Steam machines that came out, they were produced by Dell and Alienware and a couple of different other manufacturers jumped on board. I as well had one of these Steam machines, and I ran Steam for maybe a week or two, but then I ran into the same problem that everybody else has had, that it won't run Windows games, even with the Proton and the amazing development that they've done on the Linux side with games. It's just not there. I mean, it doesn't have the anti-cheat software for multiple games that are out there, such as Fall Guys or others. So that brings me to my video today, that we're going to see this new system come out. It's the Steam Deck handheld in your hands, Steam OS 3.0, and this is the Steam Deck is going to replace Big Picture. So these are all good things. Nobody's seen SteamOS 3.0, so could it be better? Yeah, but Steam's tradition is to stop developing after a little while and kind of leave it in the dust. So that's what kind of, they did the same thing with the Steam machine. Those machines were great, but they were great when you installed Windows. They were not great when you had SteamOS on there. And so that brings me to my video today, that I was an early adopter of SteamOS, and I had a Steam machine, and like I said, I had it for about a week, and then I installed Windows to make it more compatible. And I think that this is probably the best thing that you can do with your Steam Deck, is install Windows 11. Windows 11 is told to us from Microsoft that it's going to support Android apps on it. So therefore, if it supports Android apps and it also supports Windows apps, and you can play all these AAA games on it, why wouldn't you do that, right? Instead of SteamOS, where it's not going to support any of those. You're going to be able to run multiple platforms if you have Windows 11 on there. You're going to be able to run your Uplay Store from Ubisoft. You're going to be able to run your EA Store and play Madden 22 in the palm of your hand. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do that? You're going to be able to run Battle.net and Rockstar Games and all these different platforms that have launched their own thing. And additionally, you're still going to be able to run Steam. So my question to the public and to Valve, why wouldn't you just put Windows on this thing? That's probably one of the first things that I'm going to do with it. I'm going to format that thing, I'll try it out, give it a good whirl, but when I find out I can't play Madden in the palm of my hand, when I find out I can't play, Battle.net or Rockstar, so my Call of Duty 4, Black Ops, I can't play Grand Theft Auto, sorry, I'm just going to install Windows. And then I'm going to get access to all my Android games as well, and you got kind of a double bargain there. And then you take it a step further, and with your Windows 11, you'll be able to install your emulators on there. So your emulators for the Wii, for the Switch, for all these different games and all these different systems, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo. I mean, you're going to be able to install any emulator you want on the Windows side, and it's not so much supported on the Linux side. So that brings me into another option is the driver support. So driver support has always been lacking for Linux. Whether you're on Ubuntu or anything, NVIDIA, AMD, they don't really play well. Meanwhile, on the Windows side, there's so many users that they do play very well with that. And so they expand it out and they push out drivers on a constant basis. NVIDIA does drivers every time a new game releases. So AMD, to keep up, they've been pushing out more and more updates. And you're just not going to get that on the Linux side. It's just not something that they're going to do. So they may have the latest and greatest as SteamOS 3.0 launches, but future updates, future gameplay, not going to happen. They don't update the Linux kernel as often as they do the Windows system. So your Windows system is going to be up to date with the latest, greatest software, and even if you're on the development builds or on the development channels, you're going to get Windows, and you're going to get security patches and fixes and updates. And on the Linux side, you're not going to get that. So you're going to have all this in the palm of your hands. This is going to be an awesome system, Steam Deck, but it's going to be better with Windows 11. And that's what I don't see anybody talking about out there in the tech world. Windows 11 is going to make this thing awesome. It's going to run your Android games. It's going to run your Windows games more than just Steam. It's going to run all your emulators. It's going to run, better graphics, better software, better everything, better driver support. And can you take some of the bloatware out of Windows? Sure. You can disable that, virtual assistant Cortana thing and free up some system resources and really make it into a lean gaming machine. And it doesn't even take that much. So that's what I would suggest that Valve would do. Again, you've seen the tech specs on this thing. It's going to be a Radeon Zen 2 architecture, so it's going to be a hard charging chip. A correction has been made to the 16 gigabytes of DDR RAM, that it's going to be DDR5, but instead of it being dual channel, it's going to be quad channel. So that's going to allow the graphics card to really fire on all cylinders, and it's going to be awesome, no doubt. I just wish that they would include Windows with it for free, but I mean, at a $649 price tag, you can't really argue with that. And everybody else from 1X Player and the different ones that are out there, you can't beat the Steam Deck. So with that being said, this is my video of the week. SteamOS is going to be rocking on this thing, and it'll rock for a little while until you're missing all your other Windows games, and then you're going to want to install Windows on there. So we'll see what happens. Q2 2022, we'll see how it runs. Anywho, if you like this video and others, click the like button, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.